even think Black Ops 6 is that bad of a game. I know it's being called AI slop and all that, and I'm not denying that. I'm not disputing that at all. But I think the core gameplay of Black Ops 6 is actually fairly decent. It just obviously has a lot of problems, but you can definitely tell nowadays that these games do not have love. They don't have passion put into them. And like BT has said, they're never going to make a Call of Duty so good you're not going to buy the next one. I mean, if you think about it, BO2 didn't have any hackers and was actually kept up to date. Maybe not with a lot of content. It just didn't have a lot of the bullshit, you know, cheaters and whatnot. I'm sure there would be plenty of people still playing it. Hell, I mean, SM2, even though that was shut down and all the other Call of Duty projects, it showed that people are still interested in OG Call of Duty. They want a good game. People like good games. And I honestly think BO6 is so far more enjoyable than MW3. Now, I give credit where credit is due. Sledgehammer Games absolutely killed it because they turned MW2, which was one of the worst Call of Duties to ever be created, if not the worst, to an actual somewhat decent playable game. But I still just wasn't a huge fan of it. BO6 feels a little bit fresh to me. Oh shit, I didn't reload. But even though I've like kind of said that, you know, BO6 is really not that bad in my opinion, I'm starting to kind of lose interest in it. I'm not even saying that I'm never going to play again. Hell, you might even see more videos of Black Ops 6 uploaded from me. But my point is that it just doesn't really seem like there's a lot to do. The game just seems to lack something. Like, I got Dark Matter unlocked for most of my guns. There's a few of them that I still need to do. Now I'm logging in and just wondering, like, what am I doing? I don't really care about going for any of the zombie camos or War Zizzle camos. Honestly, if War Zizzle was actually fun to me, I probably would go for it. I know there's the prestige grind. I still have to hit Master Prestige. Ain't no damn way I'm going to level 1000, though. I don't care that much. Also, the fact that I cannot get the Barrett right now really sucks. You have to pick up all these little trophy things or some shit, which is absolutely stupid. I really hate that system. I think it's really redundant. Not only do you have to get a kill to make them drop it, it's not with every kill. It's like, what, every 4 or 5 kills or some shit like that? On top of that, you have to go and collect the damn thing. But Call of Duty is just kind of getting pretty boring at this point. There's not really a whole lot to do in my opinion besides just mindlessly play. I think most of the hardcore player base is getting absolutely fed up with all the issues. And I know they're on vacation right now for the holidays, but to be honest, are they actually going to fix all the problems when they come back? I mean, probably not. Pretty sure they actually leave some problems in the game just so that people won't play the current COD for years to come. Like, I swear to God, they do some of this shit on purpose because there's no way they f up with the same problems every single year. It makes no sense to me. Like, they get the game somewhat in a playable state 6 to 7 months later into the game's life cycle, and they do that almost every single year. How can they do that? I don't understand that. They know how to make a good game, at least they did a decade ago, and they know what systems technically work in Call of Duty, and the things that the player base likes, yet every year they scrap it and start all over. I mean, I get it, yeah, we get a new Call of Duty game every year, but why does it seem like every year it's a fresh start, which is great to a certain degree, but every single good decision that was made in the past Call of Duty or the past however many Call of Duties, it's completely gone. It's like reinventing the wheel every single year, but somehow making it worse and incomplete. I mean, like BT said, it's probably because they don't want to make a Call of Duty good enough so that you will keep playing it. They want you to go to the next Call of Duty and buy bundles. Unless they're getting new people, new devs every single year, I just don't see how they can keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I'm not saying I know how to make games or anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh yeah, dude, I've worked in game development for years and I know the ins and out of every little thing. It's like, I really don't. But just from an outside perspective and somebody who's been playing COD since I think like COD 3 and seeing it year after year after year, the same mistakes being made only to be fixed and patched, I just don't understand how they get it wrong at the start of every single year. Oh shit, I just fell off. Like combat pacing, for God's sake. That was a fantastic idea the Sledgehammer Games brought out with Vanguard, and I know a lot of people hated Vanguard. I thought it was, yeah, I wouldn't say great, but I don't know, it was an okay, decent time. But that was a fantastic system that they brought in the game, and we haven't had it since. Goated it would be to like play 18v18 and shit. I'm sorry, man, you can call me brain rotted, but I like my fast-paced action. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like when spawns actually make sense, and it's not completely broken. I think that's such a W play by Sledgehammer, and for some reason, they actually never brought it back. Okay, the KSV actually feels pretty nice. I didn't like this this gun at first. And don't get me wrong, I know Infinity Ward and Treyarch aren't really the same people running it anymore, but people who are pretty much working on the game, they have played Call of Duty, right? They have played the previous ones, so they should know how Call of Duty used to play and used to be like, and all the good things about it. And I really don't know what Activision's plan is to keep players coming back and keep players playing the game, because the lack of care that they're obviously showing year after year is starting to, I think, affect their bottom line. I feel like maybe Activision or Call of Duty isn't going to go completely down this year, or maybe it actually will. I have no idea. It's losing players like crazy. We do realize that the next Call of Duty is Infinity Ward's COD, or it should be at the very least. And if they quadruple down on MW2's design and we just get like another MW2 V2 or some shit like that, I think that legitimately will kill Call of Duty. I think with all the hacking and cheating problems that BO6 has and the lack of obvious care that they're showing, if we get like a COD like MW2 again, people are just going to be done, I think. Yeah, of course, it's going to have the core player base. And by core, I mean like the casuals. The people who play literally an hour every few days, who buy bundles, and pretty much that's the only thing that they care about. They'll keep playing, they'll keep filling up Activision's pocket. But I'm also thinking maybe that's Activision's plan, to get rid of the hardcore player base who actually legitimately care about the game and want to see it grow, and just want the casual player base playing the game. Because if you think about it, the hardcore players, the people who actually legitimately love Call of Duty and who are good at it, are pretty much bullying, the shit cans, are bullying the people who are bad at the game. And by bullying, I pretty much mean like shit stomping them, obviously making it so that they're not really having the greatest of times. Although they did finally just patch 2-boxing, which is kind of crazy. That's been a thing since I think like MW 2019. So it shows that they're trying at the very least to protect, obviously, the bad players. Or maybe I should say the casual player. And I know over 30% of the player base on Steam at the very least has quit the game. All they're doing is just bringing out more bundles. They don't seem to have any urgency to fix the game. Maybe the people who actually legitimately care about it and all the people complaining about all the problems they don't really give two shits about. They want us to leave. And it's kill order. I'm not playing. Actually, the worst game mode to ever exist. And the tick rate, servers, all of that is completely garbage. And I don't even know if and when they're going to actually fix it. And of course, you're going to see somebody like me who will continue to play Call of Duty till the end of time.